Good morning guys, thank you for giving up your precious time to watch this video. We're going to be talking about 4 stocks which I believe can multiply, which I don't think anyone else is talking about. I apologise if I'm wrong, but thank you for watching. This is SavvyMoneyShow with your host Sean. Now, before we get into it, let's get rid of the promotion. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment in the box below and subscribe if you haven't. It helps promote the video, and share it with anyone you think is interested. And if you don't like it, just hit dislike. Now, don't forget to check out the links in the description down below. There's lots of freebies, including free shares worth up to £200 or dollars, depending on where you are, and lots of other freebies. Now, we're going to get into the first stock, and it's Biotech Corporation, TECH. Now, this one looks a bit overvalued, I know, but it's near its 52-week low. It's fallen 40% while its revenues have grown 6%. But the thing I like about this is that even though initially the fundamentals are not great, a forward PE of 23, I like that on its balance sheet you have the current assets will wipe out 90% of the total liabilities. Any time you have something like that, I think this is a company that doesn't have to dilute. This is a company that can grow. Now, it has 220 million in free cash flow, and I apologise for the background noise. I am outside. I am doing a walk and talk, and I'm doing this as I'm trying to get better from being unwell, and I've been advised to get out a bit more, do a bit more walking. So I apologise for background noise. I think when you look at the free cash flow it's pulling in, you look at the balance sheet it has, and you look at the revenue it's bringing in. I mean, it's 7 times revenue effectively, and the cost of revenue isn't even that high. A lot of these companies, cost of revenue is extortionate. And another thing to add, I've noticed quite a few people have been chipping away at this stock. I don't know if it's because it's down so low or if they've noticed the same thing as me, but whatever reason. Now, Applied Nutrition is a British company, and the PE ratio is off the charts. It's in the middle of its 52-week low. Now, firstly, Simply Wall Street has it trading at its fair value at £2.01. It's £1.26. What I like about it is it has its own manufacturing facilities. So if there's ever a scandal like with the horse meat scandal where the suppliers of contaminated produce, these won't be affected by that unless it's their own fault. They can innovate fairly quickly. They do protein powders, shakes and creatine, all sorts of things, but they do healthy natural type. and more people in a healthy natural type. And I've seen the markup on some of these, how they charge 3 to 10 times what the normal ones do, and people pay it because they want to be healthier. The ones who go to the gym, they don't want the processed stuff anymore. They want, if it's going to be bad for them, they want to bulk up, but they want healthy one. There's no point paying to go to the gym and then paying for a powder if the powder's going to be bad for them. They want healthy, putting healthy stuff in. As I said, here you've got PE of 20 to a forward PE of 13.5, which it doesn't look like much, but when your first 6 months of the year, your growth of 29% and 65% of that was converted to free cash flow, then I think it's a very good growth story. And I will be adding this one to and tech to my portfolio. Sorry, where I am at the moment, I'm having a data issue. And another one again, we see the current assets are 5 times the total liabilities. So, in my opinion, this is just going to be a growth machine. If anything happens, it can pay off the liabilities. It's already set up its manufacturing base. So, if people stop buying it tomorrow, it won't have the debtors coming in. And in my opinion, I like companies that have no debt and effectively have no issue with debt. Now, this is another one that's come down, and the reason why is one of its main gains got pulled. This is a foreign game designer, and it's in my opinion, this is one that I missed, because usually this would be, and I'm glad I missed it, because usually this would be the type of stock that I would be in, because it's a compounder. It's a PE of 11, but this is one where the fundamentals don't tell the whole story. You can see here price to book 1.86, and you can see here 124 billion PLN, and the cost of that is 952,000 PLN. Now, sorry, 124 million PLN, my mistake. But again, the current assets are double total liabilities, so it's one that I think is amazing, especially considering one of its new releases that are coming out. It has a number of releases coming out this year, and one of its new releases is number 2 on its wish list and could be very profitable for it. The free cash flow is the worrying thing. 35 million negative PLN, but with a balance sheet like that, I'm not worried. It could cover that 35 million and pay off the liabilities. As I said, they had a write down because of the game. I do still feel this is one going. I prefer applied nutrition because I'm in UK and in my opinion, it's a better one. But we all know with computer games, you get the right game and it just goes off. Let me know what you guys think. Now, my fourth one is going to be a combination. We have Intelia. Now, it's already started going up. It's had some good news on its latest program, where it was, as you see here, 6.9, and you see how it's next during program, 90% reduction, if I recall, and I think it's just, as I said before in the previous video, it's so undervalued for what you've got. It's got a number of trials ongoing at the moment. Another one, Prime Medicine. Now, this is for Prime editing. As I said, you've got CRISPR editing, you've got base editing, and you've got Prime editing. So it's like CRISPR 3.0. Now, this has dropped purely because, and if you recall, when it came up here, I said I'm trimming purely because I've bought too much when it was down at 125, and I'm buying again. You've got David Liu. You've granted they've got rid of the CEO, and I'm talking about it when you started the company. You got rid of the CEO and they're getting a new CEO in. But anything that he touches, in my opinion, seems to be gold. You've got the fact they've still got the patents, and everyone seems to have the hump that they're cost cutting. In my opinion, you just can't satisfy some people. You had this with Tesla a few years back, where people were saying they're going to run out of money, and then they were upset that they were cost cutting, and they just couldn't do right. You know, it should be one or the other. You should either be upset that they were going to run out of money, or they were upset that they're cost cutting. They're conserving cash, and once they agree a deal with one of these big pharma companies and bring in cash, then they will, I think they will soar. Because right now they're priced at the value of the patents. Another one, and remember we had the news of the baby being cured from base editing, and but that brought it up a bit, and now it's come back down. Why? Because it although it showed its effectiveness, that was a one-off. You can't go around mucking about with babies' DNAs all the time. You need special authorization. But I said before, under 20, Beam is a buy. For me, because I have bought so much more of it now, I have to be a bit more stringent. I have to tighten my position, my buying position, because I bought a lot of it at 16. I loaded the boat. However, and when it came below 15, I just went full position. I didn't get it at 13.5 and 14. My orders didn't fill, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. I'm happy with my price. I could sell my position now and end up with £800 worth of free beam, no problem. Just in one account. In my other accounts as well, pulling it all together, I don't know how much I have free. But I do believe it will multiply. It wasn't that long ago this was a $40 stock, and people were saying it's going to be the next big thing. So I would like to know what you guys think. CRISPR, again, I've always liked CRISPR. Before they got the approval, you've had the minister in Saudi Arabia speaking about CRISPR. You've had new approval for CRISPR to be used to eliminate disease in pigs. So I'm surprised it's still under 40. Again, once it got approval, it hit the 90s. I'm just surprised that since that approval there's been authorization being given in the UK, which is a big one, and I don't think people have made enough about that, purely because people don't have to pay for it. It's not an insurance thing. The NHS funds it, which means the government funds it completely. People don't. All people have to do is see their doctor, the doctor do a referral, and they get it. They get the treatment, one and done. And it's paid for by the government. You have all these other rich countries in the Middle East and that authorising it, because they realise how good it is. And I do believe within a year you will have other countries and other people lining up. I think at the moment it's a new tech, new treatment. After what happened with the V-shot, people are worried about side effects. So, but side effects have been reported, and in the trials they have already reported what any side effects would be. So I think people might be a little bit more reluctant to be the first one to do it, and they will wait until a year down the line, and then you'll see an influx of more people. And I do think this is one that will multiply as well. Let me know your thoughts down below. As you know, I've spoken a lot about these biotech companies. At these levels, I'm surprised the big pharma hasn't been making purchases for these. They have a patent cliffhanger, and they need something to bring in revenue. They also have the money to fast track some of these approvals, as long as they influence. So I am surprised that none of these have been picked up by now. I am wondering if the reason they haven't is because the people in charge would want to stay in charge. Anyway, see you in the next video. That's all for now. Stay safe, stay savvy, stay invested. And thank you to everyone who donated through the Buy Me a Coffee app, with links in the description down below. It helps fund the channel and helps me with my mission to help the homeless people. A lot of homeless veterans in my area. I go out, I feed and help clothe, and I'll see you next.